Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Dainjara Totolo from Gemini Multimedia Limited. How you doing today? I hope the day is beautiful for you because it is for me. All right. Today we're going to talk about content creation and monetization in a very short while, just to give you the basics. I know the pain you guys are going through, I know the difficulties that you have in creating your content. I understand. I empathize. There's a lot of things that really block you from succeeding in your industry, that is creating content in order to make sales, to increase your revenue, to have a better ROI. Yeah, that is true. But then again, in anything in life, there's always what we call fundamentals. If you don't go through the fundamentals, you definitely hurt yourself more and over and over and over again. That's why when you want to start creating content, there are basic steps that you definitely have to never undermine. Before we start, I would like to know, for example, what contents are you interested in? Let me know the type of content you are interested in. Is that fashion? Is that, I don't know, relationships? Is that beauty product? Is it real estate, psychology, mental health, nutrition, video editing, politics, customs clearance, business, teaching a language, and so on and so forth? Let me know the one that you are interested in. Just make a comment or say something so I can appreciate. So that is to tell you that creating content doesn't have any specifications. It's for everybody. Anything you want. Anything you want. Any industry you are in. Either you are a chef, you are a chambermaid, you are a hotel manager, you are a parent or a father, you are a mom at home, you are a nurse, you are a barber and you run your barber shop, you are a seller, you sell clothes, you are a designer, you are a radio presenter, you are whatever. It's still the same. Okay. Now, why content matters? Content matters because this is where you portray yourself. This is where you portray your services. This is where people get to know you. This is where you create attraction. People get to you. People get to engage, ask you questions, share their stories so that you establish yourself. And exactly that is the second step. The second step of creating content is to establish yourself as an authority. You have to be an authority. Now, do not confuse authority and a certified professional. It's not the same. What do I mean by that? Let me say, for example, if you work as a result of a passion, if you work in barbering as a result of a passion because you loved it, if you work as a chef or a bodybuilder, a bouncer, as a result of what you loved or it was your dream when you were young, and that you are not necessarily qualified. What I mean is that you've not necessarily gone to school, you've not necessarily gone to university, or you've not necessarily gone through a bachelor's degree, master's, PhD. It doesn't really matter in content creation. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is no matter what you do, you have to be truthful to yourself, right? So before I move on, let me know what you want to create as a content creation. And let me know if you went through an educational system. Are you qualified or not? Do you have a degree for that or not? Are you certified or not? Do you have a PhD on that or not? So let me know if you are qualified, if you've been trained, or you just love it. Because there are so many ways to become an authority. You can become an authority if you are certified, you've been approved, or you can just do it as a result of just a passion, right? Yeah, that's it. I see a lot of comments. I see many are qualified. Some just do it for fun. Some do it because they love it. That's fine. So don't shy away because you are not qualified. That's okay. And don't be too proud because you are qualified as well. What really matters, like I said, is your authority. You have to act as an authority. Let me give you just a random example. What if I love solving relationship problems? What if just somebody, I'm just a random dude, and people used to call me, people used to consult me when they have relationship problems between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. And anytime I intervened, problems were already solved. I mean, people were happy. They liked my company because I'm very wise. I'm a learned person. I'm very mature. I know how to solve issues. Now, question, do you think I really need to go through a PhD at university to do that? That's right. No, you don't necessarily need to be a PhD, psychologist, sociologist, and stuff like that. You can just be somebody who loves it, and that's it. You help people solving problems, relationship problems. It's just like somebody who likes cooking or like the Italian cuisine. Maybe he grew up next to a restaurant. Maybe his father was a chef and he took over, and he never went to school. He used to do what the father used to do. And there you go. Today he has so many clients who likes what he does. So retain the lesson number 2. You create content to become an authority. What is an authority? An authority is a go-to person. An authority is the person that we refer to whenever we have a challenge, whenever we have a problem. So it's the person who comes in and is always handy, who helps you, who supports you, who can give you answers. Now, those answers can vary. Now we go to the third step. Those answers can vary. As a content creation, your answers, your support, your contribution, your help, your bringing value to people's lives, methods can vary. You can help them in one-on-one private sessions, all right? So let's say you specialize in real estate, for example. Some people will need you to come to their developing, to come to their lands, their plots, or maybe their unfinished house or unfurnished apartment. So you can give them advice, but you have to make that paid. That is not free because now this is work. So you can also create a PDF, a document, a book, an electronic book, of course, because I'm talking about digital products. So in your book, you can include stuff like guides or fundamentals or key steps to succeed in your field, or like how to become a successful person in XYZ domains, etc. So let me say I'm a dentist and I create content on dentistry, for example. So when I create content on dentistry in my videos, my shorts, we will get to the technical aspect of videos. Yeah, don't worry. So when I create content on dentistry, on my shorts and stuff like that, so my CTA or call to action will be to successfully book clients, right? Because I'm a dentist. So I have a clinic where I offer consultation and people book. So when I create my content, the result is for people to book. So you can create a booking link or a Calendly link. It's just like a one-on-one. So people pay you and it's up to you to fix the price, like for an hour, for a day, etc., etc. So that's the third type of digital product. The fourth type of digital product, okay, let me just summarize as somebody asked. So we have an ebook, it could be a PDF, it could be a Kindle or EPUB, it could be a Word document, it could be a JPEG, it's still an ebook. The second one is one-on-one, coaching, sessions, masterminds, whatever you call it. The third one could be a membership to your private community. Yes, you can create your private community online. There are so many tools for you to create your private community. We have a tool called buymeacoffee.com. All right. We have a tool called beacons.ai. You can also create your memberships on beacons.ai. We have another tool called school.com, school with K, school, SKOOL.com. You also have another tool like patreon.com. So patreon.com is also a place where you can create your community. All right. So some are free, some are paid. If I take, for example, one that is free, Buy Me a Coffee. That is my most preferred community type of membership. So on Buy Me a Coffee, you can create just an exclusive community for people who really want to engage with you on a private note. Not online, not on streams, not on YouTube, not on Instagram. Instagram is just to engage generally, to ask a few questions. But if you want to go deep into the subject, you definitely have to create your memberships and stuff like that. So that is the third digital product. The fourth digital product could be maybe you manage to create an app based on what you offer in terms of services. So that is your fourth digital product. I know you are not always techie. Some people say they cannot create an app. But guess what? Today with AI, it's possible to create an app, based on what you give AI, the types of instructions that you give to AI. And AI can come up with an Android app or maybe an iPhone compatible type of app. So let me say, for example, you are a nutritionist, or you are a well-being professional, or you are a weight loss advisor or consultant. And then you can create a very nice app, an app for, meal planning, an app for weight loss, an app for, intermittent fasting. So an app that can remind people when to eat, not when to eat, or when to take, fruits and stuff like that. You can also create an app for, let me say, for example, your weight control, an app for your heartbeat control, an app for your BP, your blood pressure, measuring stress and stuff like that. An app for, I don't know if you are, for example, a specialist in female hygiene or stuff like that. You can create an app for, ladies' menses and calendar, stuff like that. But you get my point. You need an app. So an app is going to help people, do that. And that app, you can monetize that app. You can put it on platforms like Google Play Store or App Store, and then you can make it at a very cheap price. You can even create a membership based on the app. So this is also another one. Now, the fifth product that I recommend, which I like most, is courses. Yes, courses. We know that the course industry online is one of the biggest. It's worth billions of dollars. So you can create a course based on what you know. If you are, for example, a sports trader, you can create short courses on different types of exercises. For example, if you want to reduce your abs, so you can create courses on that, maybe worth an hour. If you want your client maybe to increase the muscles, you can also create a course based on that, what type of machines, exercises, diet, and so on and so forth. And those courses, you create them in video forms. So you have multiple video forms. And guess what? You can even host them for free. You can put them on udemy.com. You can also put them on Payhip. That's what I prefer, payhip.com. You can create your courses and host them on gumroad.com. You can create your courses and host them on direct.me and many more platforms, even on Buy Me a Coffee as well. All right, so this is courses. Courses is really something that is great, something that is great that you can create and people can take advantage of. All right, so this is the fifth type of digital product. But remember, the list is long. I won't get into details, but at least this is what it is. Now you have a clear understanding that first of all, you have to define your niche. Secondly, you have to create your content. Thirdly, your content should lead to what we call the CTA, that is the call to action, because you don't just create content for fun. I've seen so many people, especially Africans, creating content just for the sake of creating content. It doesn't work like that, because remember, you have to get your bundles. You're a human being. You need to live. I don't know. You need to get married. You need to rent a house, or you maybe need to buy a house, or to I don't know, to build, or projects to travel. So you definitely have to consider it as a business. It is a business. Content creation is a business. It is not just fun. All right. Now let's come back to the very first one, that is your domain or your field. So that should be your niche. In terms of niche, there's many. But it is very important for you to understand the segmentation of your niche. Your niche should be segmented. Otherwise, you might end up doing everything. I'm not saying that a content creator doesn't have the right to do more than one niche. Now, you can do more. You can have 2 niches, 3 niches. That's fine. But try to define, try to be organized in whatever you do. Okay? So, for example, if I'm a nutritionist, so my niche could be on making baby diets, children diets, or maybe 80-year-old diets, old people diets. So that's maybe my niche. So all your content should consist of that. Okay, if your content is maybe talking about military history, or maybe you were a former soldier, maybe you should stick to former soldiers and, content creation on former soldiers. Maybe you tell stories about that. And somebody will tell me, yes, Stevie, but how can we create videos based on our niche? Well, to create videos based on your niche, you first have to get a list of topics that are going to represent your videos. And to get a list of topics that are going to represent your videos, you have AI tools like ChatGPT, you have also tools like Perplexity, and many more. So you can go to Perplexity, ChatGPT, Copilot, and you can give instructions like, hey, I am a content creator in the field of, I don't know, maybe light weapon training. It's an example. Or horse riding. And then you tell your AI, I want you to help me create topics for my videos. And I want you to create 365 topics. That's in case you want to create a video per day. Okay, so give me catchy, interesting, relevant topics as per today's date and beyond. And then the AI is going to give you the 365 topics. This is what is going to help you not repeat yourself in your titles. Because I've seen people who create 2 videos for the same topic, same content. It's irrelevant and it can diminish your views. So that's how you create it. The second step is consistency. It is good to have it on paper, but it's also very important for you to implement, whatever you decided, the steps that or the objective, the purpose that you've given to yourself. So you need to have those objectives ready. So for consistency, I don't have any other lesson than to be serious and to avoid procrastinating. In my daily life, sometimes when I take my child to school, on the way back, I create videos. So what I do is that in my videos, I can create 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, 5-minute videos, and I add different topics. And each topic is subject to a day posting my video. And this is exactly what you can do. You can create a 10-minute video and then you cut it into shorts. So you have to be consistent. You have to take it like a religion. You have to take it like a second habit. If possible, you have to stick it to your fridge, your television. Say, this is what I want to do. I have a purpose. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to create. Okay. The third step is once you have already defined your topics, for each of your videos and stuff like that, the third step would be now for you is, what if people are interested? What if people want to engage? Well, that's where you need your links or your link in bios. Okay, I understand some people say, oh, what if I have less than 1,000 subscribers? I'm not qualified to put a link in bio. That's fine, that's okay. There are 2 ways, for it. Number one is in your videos, you can include your call to action. For example, on my videos, the shorts on TikTok, because I can't put a link in bio yet, at the end of my video, there is the call to action, visit, book now, know more, or check. So you can do that. So if you have a link in bio, specifically short, so you can put that, you can include it in your video. So at the end of the video, you're like, for more, visit www.totoloworld.com, www.b4asystem.com, franciscoaching.com. So put that on a video because it is easy for people to type, all right? But you need a short one so people can memorize. That's the first method. The second method is, even if you can't have, enough views yet, people can still DM you. So somebody can say, hey, I'm interested in your videos. You are saying a lot of things that are true, and please, I need your help. What can I do? And you're just like, hey, book a call, or book your time, or get more information through this link. All right, so that's what you can do. So you can retain your viewers and so on and so forth. That's very, 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 very important for you. So these are the major steps. And of course, there is now where you host your one-on-one coaching, where you host your PDF, where you host your courses. That's where you can now do the back end, payment system, either PayPal, debit card, and so on and so forth. And that's how you have a very smooth business that runs very, very well. That's really for beginners. When you reach a certain level, when you mature in your content creation business, now you can add what we call automated email or email list system or email marketing systems. This is now for grown-ups, people who have already, gained some sort of experience. And the type of email marketing system that I recommend, there's one called System.io, which is one of the best. It helps you automate people who click on your links, who click on your booking, who buy your books, so you can put them together in a specific type of categories. And you can always advertise further or more. If you have new products, they can always be your buyers for life. Because remember what people say, money is in the list. Remember what I say, money is in the list. Why am I saying that? Why do you need that? Okay, the first one was System.io. The second one could be aweber.com. Third one could be kit.com or convertkit.com. Third one could be mailerlite.com. And another one could also be mailchimp.com. There are many. Why do you need an email list when you grow on your social or your content creation journey? You need an email list because remember, social media networks do not belong to you. You're just a content creator. You are not the owner of X. You are not the owner of Facebook. You are not the owner of TikTok. You are not the owner of Instagram. You are not the owner of Threads. You are not the owner of Blue Sky. I don't know if you guys know Blue Sky. You are not the owner of Whoop.com. So you need to find an alternative in the event, because content creation is not always glamorous, beautiful storytelling. No. Your channel can be banned, blocked, and hacked. Yes, that's what it is. Because maybe there was something you did, there was some type of music that you uploaded somewhere without copyright. Maybe there was an image which you were not allowed, or maybe when you were vlogging with your camera, there was music playing at the background, and the music didn't have copyright, and then the music owner may claim or strike, and there you go. Your dreams are shattered. That's why it's important to have an email list. The email list helps you keep your fans. You can always take them to another section, take them to another realm, another channel, and so on and so forth. But the alternative is also to have a website. Yes, when you have a website, it is a way for you also to maintain your views, to engage with them, and to nurture them. And on your website, you still need to have your email marketing system. So this is, in a nutshell, what is going to help you create content, monetize your content, and become a successful content creator. But remember what I said. There's no age, There's no limit. Content creation doesn't have an age limit. Content creation doesn't have a niche limit. You can virtually do whatever you want, even the ones that I do not prefer. But that's personal. It's up to you to do that. So this is what I had for you today. It was very short and sweet, just for you to have a glimpse of what you can do. Remember, anybody can be a content creator. You don't have to get sophisticated gadgets. The only thing you need is a mobile phone, probably a tripod or a table tripod, because I'm using a tripod to make that video. And that's it. And probably a good microphone. So in case you vlog in noisy places, you see what I have here? So it's a wireless microphone. I won't give a brand because you can find them online. And that's it. And you can create quality videos. You don't even need perfection. You don't even need super editing skills. You can just do that raw, like what I'm doing. It's totally raw. And that's it. The most important is the value, what you bring, what you educate. Anything. Remember, anybody can be a content creator, a dancer, a sketcher, a comedian, anybody. So that's what it is. I'm Stevie the Angel Totolo from Gemini Multimedia Limited. Thank you for watching us, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.